Archer Indians!
Good evening, race fans. Welcome to USA International Speedway. I'm Aaron Johnson with the Johnson iRacing Network, bringing you today's feature event. It is the first race of Season 4 of the Tyler Daniels Racing League of Legends. This is the Fall Fling for the TDR Legends Series. Tyler Daniels Racing is an inclusive, diverse community that prides itself on welcoming everyone, no matter their ability, background, or history. TDR has a charitable focus. We've conducted fundraisers for the Iowa Food Bank and the Wyoming County Animal Shelter, as well as to help individual members. Tyler Daniels Racing is a family. We're not just a group. Yeah, we squabble sometimes, but we care about each other both in iRacing and in life. Tyler Daniels Racing prides ourselves on intense, clean iRacing leagues in action. No matter your skill level, Tyler Daniels Racing has a league for you. Asphalt, dirt, oval, road, NASCAR, IndyCar, Legends car. If it goes fast, Tyler Daniels Racing is going to race it. If you'd like to know more about Tyler Daniels Racing, go to tylerdracing.com or search out Tyler Daniels Racing on Facebook. Let's have a look at today's starting lineup for the TDR League of Legends Fall Fling. It's race number 1 from USA International Speedway. Starting in the 17th spot in car number 71, that's Keith Fonseca. Sonia with us from the Virginias region. Starting in 16th in car number 28, it's the Racers for Christ Legends car of Jim Downham, Jim from Ocean City, New Jersey. Starting 15th, racing out of Long Island, New York, it's the Suicide Prevention Lifeline Legends car of Fish Fisher, car number 16. Starting 14th in car number 61, that's Keith Fonseca. It's the Nerds Candies car, Keith out of Virginia. Starting 13th in car number 3, it's the Iron Maiden Legends car of Ashton Hooker, Hooker out of New York. Starting 12th in car 710, it's the Buckeye Bandit, Jared McKinney. It's the Sundrop car, McKinney out of Chillicothe, Ohio. Sorry about that, in car 710. Starting 11th in car number 5, it's the man himself, Tyler Daniels. They call him the Tornado. It's the TD Family Racing Legends car, Tyler, out of New York. Starting 10th in car number 66, that's Bob Burlew out of New Jersey, Bob in the Tri-State Basset Hound Rescue car. Starting 9th in car number 21, racing out of Hampstead, North Carolina, it's the Carolinas Legend car of Mike Matherly. Mike is the defending United States Racing League Legends car champion. Starting 8th in car number 13, racing out of New York, it's a Pirates Life Pillage and Plunder car, the Lucky 13 of Anthony Hooker. Starting 7th in car number 5, racing out of New York, it's the Sunkissed Legends car of Joseph Ralph. Starting 6th in car number 96, that is David Tremblay. Tremblay, a past champion of the Tyler Daniels Racing League of Legends. That's the Trackmaster Sellers Insulation car there out of Toledo, Ohio. Now, let's have a look at your top 5 starters. Starting 5th in car number 57, racing out of Kannapolis, North Carolina, the heart of NASCAR country. That's Jim Love in the Suicide Prevention Legends car. Jim joining us for the 3rd consecutive season with TDR League of Legends. Starting 4th in car number 97, racing out of the Mid-South region in the Sellers Admin Box Legends car, that is Eric Sellers. Starting 3rd in car 00, it's the Alienware Legends car of Aaron Johnson. Johnson coming from Bailey, Colorado. On the front row outside in car number 2, it's the Cobra Kai Legends car of Adam Rickey. Adam from Westbrook, Maine. And on the pole in car number 32, that is Eric Steele in the Elite Performance Industries car, Steele racing out of the Northeast region. Lights are off on the pace car. Field set. Excellent group here. Steele led the league last season in wins. Adam Rickey was second. Johnson came home in the top 5. The defending champion Lee Walker not in this race. Walker expecting to miss a couple of races early in the season. Out front, it's the 32 of Steele, the 2 of Ricky, the 00 of Johnson, Sellers, Love, Trumbly, Ralph, and Hooker. Those your top 8. As we expect a great field and some action at USA International Speedway. Pace car is in. Steele leads them to the start-finish line. The green flag is out. Eric Steele hammers the throttle. Steele leads the field down into turn number 1. Eric Steele out front, followed by Ricky on the outside. It's Steele, Ricky, Johnson trying to get position on the 97 of Sellers. Eric Steele looks like he's going to take the lead as they go down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Eric Steele with the lead, followed by Ricky, Johnson, Sellers, Trumbly, and Jim Love. Trumbly trying to make that high line work. Jim Love looking on the low side. Right now up front, it is Ricky and Trumbly. Sorry, Ricky and Steele. Steele out front, Ricky second, Johnson third in that bright green 00 car, but out front it's still the 32 of Eric Steele with the lead. Steele, Ricky, Johnson, Sellers, Jim Love, David Trumbly in 6th, Hooker 7th, Ralph 8th, Burlew 9th, and Mike Matherly rounds out the top 10. Behind them it's McKinney, Daniels, Hooker, Fonseca, Fisher, Downham, and Fonseca. Ricky all over the back bumper, the 32 of Eric Steele. Steele with a very quick race car, very good here at USA International. Eric Steele leading the league with 6 victories in 10 starts last season. Adam Ricky in second, Johnson third. Ricky looks to the inside, no dice. We're 3 laps in. It's a 55-lap race. These cars can go about 58 laps on the fuel that's in the tank. So should green, white, checkered come into play without a caution, this could be an issue. Fuel maybe going to be a strategy here. I know it's early, but fuel's something to watch. It looks like now Sellers, Johnson, Ricky, and the 32 of Steele pulling away. Johnson tagged the wall there. That's going to open the door for Eric Sellers. Out front, Adam Ricky tries to close on the 32. Little internet lag creating a problem. It's Steele. Ricky now trying to close in again. Johnson about a car length back of those two. Ricky looks to the inside, gets a little sideways there. The car getting just a little bit loose. Ricky manages to catch it. Johnson going to pull up on Adam Ricky's back bumper. Johnson in third. Eric Sellers in 4th. Let's focus in on that 2 car just a little bit, as we may have a battle brewing here between Ricky, Johnson, and Sellers. Out front, Steele now about a car length and a half ahead. Sellers really through them. Oh, Johnson gets really loose. Woo, Aaron Johnson now tags the wall. Johnson all over the place, gets a little bit loose. That's going to allow Eric Sellers to get by. Johnson going to stay up high. Sellers is going to go by. Let's take a look at the 97 car of Sellers. He's past Johnson. Johnson in 4th. Jim Love currently sits in the 5th spot. Let's go back out front with the 32 of Eric Steele, and let's have a look at how they run. We're on lap number 7 of 55 out front. First car on the speedway is the 32 of Eric Steele. Just behind Steele, that's car number 2, Adam Ricky. Ricky currently running in the 2nd spot. Ricky, the leader in the Tyler Daniels Racing IROC points, the annual competition at TDR that's held to pit the best of the best across all of TDR's 12 different leagues. Behind Ricky in car 97, it's Eric Sellers. Sellers currently shown in the 3rd spot. Again, internet lag rearing its ugly head. Then behind Sellers, next car on the speedway, the 00 of Johnson. Johnson currently shown in 4th. Behind Johnson, it's the 96 of Trumbly. Trumbly running in the 5th spot. Then behind Trumbly, it's the 57 of Jim Love. Love in the suicide prevention car currently shown in 6th. Behind Love, that's the 13 of Anthony Hooker. Hooker currently sits in the 7th spot. He's up 1 from his starting position. Then behind Hooker, it's the 5 of Joseph Ralph. Ralph currently running 8th. Behind Ralph, that's the 66 of Bob Burlew. Burlew in the 9th spot. And then behind Burlew, that's the 21 of Mike Matherly. Matherly currently sits in 10th. Behind Matherly, the next car on the speedway is the 3 of Ashton Hooker. Hooker is currently in 11th. He's moved up 2 spots from the starting position of 13th. Behind Hooker, the next car on the speedway, the 25 of Tyler Daniels himself, the namesake of the league. Tyler currently running in the 12th spot. Behind Tyler, it's the 16 of Fisher. Fisher having moved up to 13th spot after starting 15th, so Fish very slowly working his way forward. The next car on the speedway behind Fisher is the 710 of Jared Mckinney, the Buckeye Bandit. Mckinney currently shown in the 17th spot, 2 laps down, so Mckinney must have had some sort of an issue earlier in the race. On the speedway, the next car behind Mckinney is the 71 of Sonia Fonseca. Fonseca currently shown in 14th. Then behind Sonia, the 61 of Keith Fonseca. Keith currently 1 lap down in 16th spot. On the speedway behind them, it's the 28 of Jim Downham. Downham currently shown in 15th, the last car on the lead lap. That would be Jim Downham. Downham missing a right rear fender there, so he must have had some sort of an incident on the racetrack that brought him into the last spot on the speedway. Behind Downham, the next car on the speedway will be your leader, the 32 of Steele. Steele being challenged on the outside by the 2 of Adam Rickey. We got back to this group just in time as Rickey tries to find his way around 32 of Steele. Steele coming back on the inside. Rickey drives the car deep into turn number 3. Tries to make that outside line work. Steele with 1 tire right on that yellow line. They come back to the start-finish line, and Adam Rickey's going to lead lap number 15. Rickey continues to work on the outside. Sellers closing in behind these two. It's Rickey up high, Steele down low. They go down the back straightaway. Adam Rickey pulls ahead as they go into turn number 3. Now through the center of 3 and 4, it's Rickey on the outside, Steele on the inside. Adam Rickey trying to make that high line work. They come back past the start-finish line, and this time it's going to be Eric Steele with the lead. Rickey and Steele exchanging the lead on consecutive laps. Behind them, it's the 97 of Eric Sellers. Johnson now starts to look a little racy and tries to go high on Sellers. We're racing side by side, 2 deep at USA International Speedway. Adam Rickey on the high side, Sellers on the low side, Steele on the low side, Johnson on the high side, Trumbley closing in. They come back to the start-finish line, and it's going to be Adam Rickey leading lap number 16. 3 laps, 3 lead changes. Steele trying to pull past on the inside. Adam Rickey on the outside, down the back straightaway. Johnson allows the 97 plenty of room. Looks like Aaron Johnson not wanting to try the high side quite as much as Adam Rickey is. Rickey tries to make his way around the 32 of Steele. They come out of turn number 4 onto the front straightaway. It's Eric Steele with the lead. So Steele, Rickey, Sellers, Johnson, Trumbley, your top 5. Jim Love, a few car lengths back of the 96 of Trumbley. Out front, it remains the 32 of Eric Steele. Adam Rickey pulls back in line behind the 32 of Steele. We are 18 laps into a 55-lap event. Eric Steele with the lead, Rickey second, Sellers third, Johnson fourth, Trumbley fifth. The leaders closing in on the 28 of Jim Downham. Downham, the last car on the lead lap. He's had some incident early that's cost him. Out front, Eric Steele beginning to pull away. You can see Steele make his way past the 28. Rickey on the outside, Sellers on the inside. These two cars go inside the 28 of Downham. Downham, a gentlemanly move, gives the leaders plenty of space. Johnson looks to the inside of the 2 of Rickey. Let's watch that battle as Eric Steele begins to pull away. It's Rickey on the outside, Johnson on the inside, down the back straightaway. Rickey pulls away. Johnson content to get back in line and let Adam Rickey have that spot. The 2 cars racing hard are going to let people get away. I think Johnson and Rickey realize that if Steele builds up too large a lead, it will be nearly impossible to catch that flying 32. Let's go back out front with Eric Steele. Steele beginning to pull away. He's got about a 6 or 8 car length lead. We're 21 laps in at USA International Speedway. The tire drop-off really starts at about lap 18. And this is the point where we're going to start seeing tire preservation. How well can you take care of your stuff? That's going to come into play right here, right now. We are on lap 22 of 55. 40% of the way in. And out front, it is still Eric Steele. Let's also, let's have another run back through the field. Is Steele up front. We can see the 97 of Sellers in the second spot. Adam Rickey looking to the outside. Johnson takes a wide sweeping angle into the corner, maybe trying to get underneath the 2 of Rickey. So it's Sellers, Rickey, Johnson. Next on the speedway behind that group would be the 96 of Trumbley. Trumbley about 3 car lengths, maybe 4 car lengths back of Johnson. Trumbley in the 96 car. Next in the speedway behind Trumbley would be the 57 of Jim Love. Love currently running in the 6th spot. Behind Love, that's the 13th of Anthony Hooker. Anthony, the Pirates Life car, running in 7th. Behind Hooker on the speedway is the 5 of Joseph Ralph, the Sunkist Legends car, currently in the 8th spot. Behind Ralph, it's Bob Burlew, followed by Mike Matherly. Those your top 10. Matherly, the United States Racing League Legends car champion for their past season. So Mike, a good shoe. Behind Matherly, that's the 28 of Downham. Downham now 1 lap down. He would be in the lucky dog position were the caution to come out. So something to keep in mind, Downham racing for a lucky dog spot. Behind Downham, it's the 25 of Tyler Daniels. Daniels currently in 11th. He's kind of held his position here just to the inside of the 3 of Ashton Hooker. Hooker currently running 12th. Behind those two, it's the 16 of Fisher. Fish has worked his way up into 13th, and behind Fisher, it's the Buckeye Bandit, Jared McKinney. McKinney currently being shown in 17th, 2 laps down. Next car on the speedway is the 61 of Keith Fonseca. Fonseca also a lap down, currently being shown in the 16th spot. Fonseca, a regular in TDR leagues across a number of different disciplines, so Legends only one of the things that Fonseca tends to run. Behind Fonseca, next car on the speedway, the 71 of Sonia Fonseca. Sonia, the last car on the lead lap, currently being shown in 14th. Behind Fonseca, we're back around to the 32 of Eric Steele. Steele beginning to extend the lead. Johnson looks like he's worked his way into the 2nd spot. It's Steele, Johnson, Ricky, Trumbley, and Sellers. Those the top 5 as tire management beginning to come into play at USA International Speedway. We're just past halfway. It's Eric Steele leading, Johnson 2nd, Ricky 3rd, Trumbley 4th, Sellers 5th. A big gap, nearly half a straightaway back from Eric Steele to Aaron Johnson. Johnson trying to hold off the 2 of Adam Ricky. Steele closing in on lap traffic here, and we can just see the 71 of Sonia Fonseca beginning to come into the picture. Eric Steele going to have to figure out how to get around lap traffic and maintain that big lead. There's Sonia Fonseca. She's about 4 car lengths ahead of Steele. Johnson may be closing in just a bit on Eric Steele, but Steele well out in front as he rolls through the center of 1 and 2, now out of 2 onto the front straightaway. Fonseca giving Steele the high side. She's going to keep that car down low. Let's go back and watch Johnson and the rest of the crowd deal with lap traffic. Johnson beginning to pull away from the 2 of Adam Ricky. Aaron Johnson goes past the 71 of Fonseca. Ricky makes his way past, as does the 96 of Trumbley, the 97 of Sellers, and the 57 of Jim Love. There are 25 laps to go. Out front, it is all Eric Steele. Eric Steele with a big lead on the rest of the field. Steele 1, Johnson 2, Ricky 3, Trumbley 4, Sellers 5. Eric Steele leads. He is pulling away from the rest of the field. Steele, a member of Horse Dog Racing, also works with Elite Performance Industries. Last season was the Division II Legends Car champion in iRacing's weekly racing series. So iRacing has their sort of sanctioned races, or their official races that they run through the iRacing network. Eric Steele, champion Division II. Very difficult to be competitive in those divisions. All of them very hard to win, but the higher you get, the lower that number, the greater the competition. So a Division II championship, quite an accomplishment for the driver of the 32, Eric Steele. Steele 1, Johnson 2, Ricky 3. Looks like we might have a battle brewing between Jim Love and the 5 of Joseph Ralph. Love beginning to drop back a little bit. Really looks like Joseph Ralph's being worked on a bit by the 13 of Anthony Hooker. Hooker currently running in 8th, but he's all over the back bumper of the 5 of Joseph Ralph. Tires really beginning to go away now. We're 33 laps into a 55-lap event. Typical race, an official race with iRacing on USA International Speedway in the Legends car goes 40 laps. So this event, the TDR League of Legends going 55, is extending that. Tire management becoming more and more critical. TDR League of Legends has a caution rule. If an individual car is involved, we do not throw the caution. That may be why we've gone green so far. We see that Jim Downham has some damage, so that maybe some other cars have slid a little further back. But if those were individual spins, then no caution comes out. And the only time we're going to throw a caution is if an individual car wrecks and is in the middle of the speedway right in front of the leaders, we'll throw the caution then. Otherwise, we expect you to call a tow truck and get your car off the racetrack. Or if there's a multi-car accident. So if multiple cars get into an incident, we'll throw the yellow for that too. As we watch here the battle between the 5 and the 13. Looks like that battle's fairly stable. Let's go back out front and see just how far ahead of the rest of the field the 32 of Eric Steele's managed to pull. Steele 1, Johnson 2. Looks like Johnson holding his own. Johnson beginning to pull away ever so slightly from the 2 of Adam Rickey. Rickey currently in the 3rd spot. We can see that gap has opened up a bit as Johnson now about 5 car lengths ahead of Rickey. Rickey beginning to stretch out the lead over the 96 of Trumbley. Trumbley currently in the 4th spot. David Trumbley was the winner of the first season in the Tyler Daniels Racing League of Legends. Right behind him, Eric Sellers, the winner of the 3rd season. So we have 2 past champions of TDR League of Legends currently sitting in spots 4 and 5. That's Trumbley in 96 and Sellers in 97. Other champions. Lee Walker was champion of season 2. Lee out for this race. He's missing the first 2 races this season. We miss Lee. Lee's a great talent behind the wheel as well. So a lot of really good drivers showing up, running toward the front. Out front, though, it's the 32 car of Eric Steele. Steele with a big lead. 16 laps to go. Steele 1, Johnson 2, Rickey 3, Trumbley 4, Sellers 5. Eric Steele leads, 15 laps to go, and it looks like there may have been an incident here. Caution is out. There's been an incident to bring out the caution. I wasn't sure who that was. Looked like it might have been the Buckeye Bandit of Jared McKinney that was involved. Let's see if we can't figure out exactly what happened to bring out the caution here. Let's see. Let's take a look. I think we've got some footage. We'll go ahead and pull that footage up. It looks like the 71 and the Buckeye Bandit got together. That's Sonia Fonseca and Jared McKinney. Boy, McKinney taking a fantastic ride all over the place. We're going to watch the 32 of Eric Steele. Steele coming into the pits. Looks like the 00 of Johnson's going to come in, as is the 2 of Rickey. And the 97 of Sellers. So we've got all 4 of the lead cars. Actually, looks like everybody pretty much is going to pit. Maybe Ashton Hooker's going to stay out. No, Hooker's still on the speedway as well. Fonseca and Downham are going to stay out. So we see some wholesale pit stops coming into play. I've got some in-car footage here. Let's crawl in with Jared McKinney and watch from his in-car view. You can see McKinney coming out of the corner here. He comes off to the right, and he and Fonseca touch. Now McKinney upside down. Wild ride. Several little rolls there. Slides along on his top, then back over onto the wheels. McKinney taking a hard ride in the 710. Back to live action. That's the 32 of Steele. 13 laps to go this time by Eric Steele. Currently being shown in the 3rd spot. So it looks like Adam Rickey got out of the pits first. Adam Rickey will be your leader when the green flag drops. It'll be Rickey 1, Johnson 2. Aaron Johnson will be on the outside. We do double file restarts in the TDR League of Legends. Rickey going by the 28 of Downham. Downham headed into the pits, maybe for a quick repair. So it'll be Adam Rickey leading the field. Rickey, the first car out of the pits. Johnson 2nd, Steele 3rd, Trumbley 4th, Sellers 5th. Jim Love in 6th with, looks like Keith Fonseca jumping up into the 7th spot. Anthony Hooker in 8th, Joseph Ralph 9th, Mike Matherly holding on to that 10th spot. Behind them it's Burlew, Hooker, Daniels, Fisher, then Downham, Fonseca, and Jared McKinney. Lights are still flashing on the pace car as the pace car leads the field into turn number 3. Adam Rickey in the Cobra Kai Legends car, also a part of BAMF Racing. It's Adam Rickey with the lead. Johnson 2nd. Johnson, a member of the Johnson iRacing team. Behind him, it's Steele, then Trumbley and Sellers and Love. Those 3 drivers also a member of the Johnson iRacing team, the JIRT, competing mostly in official races. The lights have gone off on the pace car. The field's going to double up here. TDR also has a rule about trying to keep your spacing. We really don't want to see anybody get a big jump on a restart, so we try to stay within about a car length of the car ahead of us. We should see a nice tight field here as the pace car leads the field down the back straightaway. We're going to keep the camera on Adam Rickey for now. It's Rickey 1, Johnson 2, Steele 3, Trumbley 4, Sellers 5, Love 6. Those cars, the first 3 rows. Pace car is in. The start will be on Adam Rickey. It's his to define. Rickey hammers the throttle, gets a great restart. Kind of caught Aaron Johnson napping. That's going to give the 32 of Eric Steele a chance to make a move on the 00 of Johnson. Adam Rickey with an outstanding start. They come out of turn number 2 onto the back straightaway. It's the 32 of Steele gets sideways, hits the wall. What in the world happened there? Eric Steele slammed the wall. Big crash behind Steele. That's going to take out Johnson. Eric Steele looked like maybe the 97 of Sellers was involved. The caution will come out. We're going to come back in with the 2 of Adam Rickey. Let's see if we can get some footage of exactly what happened in that accident. Looks like Steele got a little sideways and then overcorrected into the outside wall. That got Johnson. Looks like the 5 of Ralph was involved. There's the 97 of Sellers. Also looked like it might have been the 5 of Hooker. Let's have a slightly different look at this incident as the pace car continues to pick up the field. Caution is out. This is a view on Aaron Johnson. Yeah, we can see Steele gets into the wall there, takes Johnson and the 13 of Hooker. He's involved, as is the 5 of Joseph Ralph, the Sunkist car. Eric Steele with a little error on a restart. There is 8 laps to go here. Let's have a look from Anthony Hooker's in-car camera. A wild ride that Hooker took. We can see Hooker now. And the 97 of Sellers looks like he might have been spinning before the accident happened. Hooker upside down. You can tell by looking at the angle of the steering wheel there, Hooker with some serious front end damage. David Trumbley seemed to make it through unscathed. Let's take one look at in-car footage from David Trumbley. Trumbley, the wreck right in front of him. Trumbley up against the outside wall. It's like Moses parting the Red Sea. Johnson's car slid to the inside and Trumbley made it through. There are 7 laps to go. Out front, it's the 2 of Adam Rickey. This time, no one going into the pits. Rickey leads, Trumbley second, Jim Love third. Mike Matherly, through all of that carnage, moves into the 4th spot. Ashton Hooker now in 5th. Bob Burlew 6th. Fish Fisher 7th. Tyler Daniels 8th. Keith Fonseca 9th. And Joseph Ralph in 10th. Aaron Johnson, who had been running 3rd, drops to 11th. Jim Downham is 12th. Anthony Hooker 13th. Eric Sellers, who had been running in the 5th spot, will drop all the way to 14th. Sonia Fonseca will be 15th. Eric Steele currently in the pits, shown in 16th. And Jared McKinney has retired from the event. McKinney in 17th. Tyler Daniels Racing allows you to have a quick repair. That's an instant repair. It repairs most of the damage on the car to get you back up to speed. The repair isn't quite perfect, but you get one. So if you've used that quick repair and you're involved in another accident, to get back out on the speedway, you're going to have to sit in the pits for all repairs to be completed, and they're completed in real time. So this is a simulation. If the simulation believes that it would take 45 minutes to repair the Legends car if it was damaged like that in real life, you'll have 45 minutes of repairs in the pits. That's likely what's happened with Jared McKinney. He was involved in an incident earlier. If he got involved again, stopped in the pits, he may well have had too much repair time and have chosen to exit the event. Eric Steele back out on the speedway. He is 3 laps down now in 16th. Out front, it's the 2 of Adam Rickey. David Trumbley, the Season 1 TDR League of Legends champion, currently shown in 2nd. Jim Love in 3rd. Mike Matherly 4th. Ashton Hooker in 5th. Behind them, it's Burlew, Fisher, Daniels, Fonseca, and Joseph Ralph. 5 to go. Adam Rickey with the lead. Field now leading through 3 and 4. Pace car is in. There's a big gap back to Jim Love. We need to tighten that up. Rickey hammers the throttle, and he just pulls away from the 96 of David Trumbley. Adam Rickey gets a good jump on this restart. 4 laps to go. Adam Rickey with the lead. It's Rickey, Trumbley, then Love. Mike Matherly and Ashton Hooker are battling. Let's take a look at that battle as looks like Hooker's made his way around Matherly. Matherly coming back on the inside. Mike Matherly pulls to the inside of the three of Hooker. It's Ricky, Trumbley, Love, Matherly, Hooker. Matherly does a slide job as Bob Burlew spins on the inside. Burlew goes down to the inside wall. Matherly going to hold on to the fourth spot. Out front, it's still the two of Adam Ricky. Ricky pulling away. It's Ricky, Trumbley, Love, Matherly, Hooker, Fisher, Daniels. Aaron Johnson's jumped up into the 8th spot. So Aaron Johnson really moving forward quickly. He's got a quick race car. He's closing on the 25. Eric Sellers right behind Johnson has moved into the 10th spot. Joseph Ralph's been shuffled back. Out front, though, it's still the two of Adam Ricky. Ricky trying to hold off the charging 96 of Trumbley. Ricky pulling away ever so slightly, and it looks like the 57 of Jim Love is trying to find a way to close on the 96 of Trumbley. Behind those cars, it is a bit of a gap back to the next racer. That would be the 21 of Mike Matherly. Matherly has managed to hold off a charging Ashton Hooker. Out front, it's still the two of Adam Ricky. Ricky has taken the white flag. He's going to come out of turn number 2 onto the back straightaway. Adam Ricky with the lead, and a big lead it is over the 96 of David Trumbley. Ricky into turn number 3. Now through the center of 3 and 4. He's rolling that Cobra Kai car across the speedway. Out of turn number 4 onto the front straightaway. Jim Love looks to the inside of the 96 of Trumbley. It's going to be Adam Ricky with the win. Trumbley second. Jim Love very nearly picking off David Trumbley, but Love comes home third. Mike Matherly will finish in 4th with Ashton Hooker 5th. Fisher 6th. Aaron Johnson recovering to take home the 7th spot. Eric Sellers just behind him in 8th. Joseph Ralph will be 9th, and Tyler Daniels will round out the top 10. Coming home 11th, it'll be Keith Fonseca with Anthony Hooker in 12th and Bob Burlew in 13th. Those cars, your lead lap cars. Behind Burlew, Sonia Fonseca finished in 14th, 2 laps down. Jim Downham came home 15th, 2 laps down. Eric Sellers came home 16th, and Jared McKinney 17th. Those 2 cars out of the race. Adam Ricky with the win from USA International Speedway as we watch the fireworks go off. Ricky takes home the first race of the season in the Tyler Daniels Racing League of Legends Fall Fling. That's going to do it from USA International Speedway. For the Johnson iRacing Network, this is Aaron Johnson saying, go fast, turn left, have fun.